All right, guys, welcome to another Barrel Burner Sit Down podcast. Today we got Aric from Black Star Line Cigars. Let's see what he's been up to.
Hey,
We're
what's happening,
back,
brother?
man. We back.
Back in the game.
We got it, man. We good to go. So how you been?
All good, brother. Just busy. Just constantly grinding, trying to build this brand, get the word out. You know.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That means you're busy. It means you're selling. You're keeping the
hmm
wheels turning. You're keeping some money flowing.
Oh
I've
yeah.
seen a few
Oh
new
yeah.
projects popping up for you.
hmm
So you got a lot
hmm
going on. A lot has expanded from the original core cigars.
Yeah. Yeah. It has. Yeah. From when I came out of El Titan and Bronze down in Miami, yeah, I've expanded tremendously since then. I started off with two cigars, and I have seven or eight now. So, I've been working extremely hard. Bringing out new product, promoting, traveling, doing events, cutting lights, that type of thing. So,
Yeah, and you're about to take a trip. You told me you're leaving next week. So is you're going to be looking to blend some new cigars, or you're just going to check on things that are already happening?
well, I deal with Tabaco La Isla in Santiago, Dominican Republic. So I'm actually going to the factory there to go do some blends there. 'Cause I've never been to that factory.
Oh,
I've only
nice.
done my blending with them remote. So I'm going to do some blends in person there. Some of the projects that I'm working on, the samples are already rolled. So when I show up to the factory, I'm gonna smoke them and see what I think of them, see what needs to be changed, or if
Right.
anything needs to be changed at all. That's the factory that Mr. Fahrenheit came out of, was Tabacalera La Isla. So,
Okay. So how many
mhm.
factories are you dealing with total right now between all your cigars?
So you got Tabacalera La Isla, you got Aganorsa Leaf,
Yeah, I knew
you got
Aganorsa.
Oveja Negra, and El Tito de Bronze is not off the table. It's
Okay.
just I gotta have enough money to bother with them because dude, going out of that factory is expensive.
Well,
It's a
yeah.
very expensive factory. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, so it's four.
and you, I think we're both smoking the same thing, the Dark Witch tonight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What factory is this one out of?
Aganorsa.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So, from the
Yes,
original War Witch to this Dark Witch, refresh my mind on what is different between the two blends. What is
it's
making this
actually
the
pretty
Dark Witch?
simple. It's actually the same blend, but the wrapper is different. The original version is the Ecuadorian Connecticut shade.
Okay.
This one's a Corojo 99. And then I had more ligero put into this particular cigar because everybody wanted a darker version of it. So I gave them a darker version of it, but I was like, it won't just be darker, it'll be a little stronger as well.
Right.
So, but
Well, in the original, yeah, the original
mhm.
War Witch, I can't believe people were wanting darker because it didn't smoke like a Connecticut. It smoked a lot
No, it does.
stronger. And that's why I
Yeah, it
liked it. It
does.
was full of pepper. It was a good, strong smoke because I
hmm
smoked several of them on my coffee and
Yeah,
cigar streams. And I'm like, this
yeah,
ain't no Connecticut, man. I don't care what you tell me. I mean, this is like I like my Connecticut's. I don't like the just bland, no transition Connecticut's.
yeah,
And the War Witch was
yeah.
never that.
Yeah, it's not your grandfather's Connecticut at
Oh
all.
no, it's
It's
us young bloods. It's our Connecticut.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I was really pleased how that came out from Jump Street. The way it was in sample mode is the way it is now. I didn't have to change anything to
No.
that cigar. It was just phenomenal from Jump Street, and that became the driving force behind Black Star Line.
Well, I guess that
And
was
that really
beginner's
got us a
luck,
lot of
huh?
accolades.
That's what you
Say it
call
again.
beginner's luck. I mean, you get it that good the first time. You're like,
Definitely.
okay, I can do this shit, man. I
Yeah,
can do this now.
bro. It was lightning in the bottle, bro. Like I was like, holy shit, this
Yeah,
cigar is phenomenal.
mm.
So
Yeah.
and
When
I'm
I
glad
hear
I
you,
had a palate good enough to say, hey, the
right?
masses will love it, and it turned out they did.
Yeah, when I hear Black Star, it's always War Witch. Everybody praising the War Witch. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
since I talked to you last, I know we touched on it and we kind of talked behind the scenes about it, but you no longer doing the to consumer from your website no more.
Yeah. Discontinued direct to consumer. The company's getting bigger, and I'm going after bigger accounts. And I
Right.
was getting wind of that bigger accounts don't like companies that sell direct to consumer.
Okay.
And then I actually ran into Abe from Smoke Inn, and he told me to my face that he knows exactly who I am. He said he flat out loves everything I'm doing. What he doesn't like is I sell direct to consumer. So in order for me to start getting those bigger accounts like that, I had to end it. And I asked some of my bigger brothers about it.
Right.
Sean Williams and some other folks, Skip and Mike from Roma Craft, and then, it was kind of universal. Like, dude, James Brown, I asked him to from Black Label Trading Company. It was kind of universal. Like, bro, you're big enough where you don't have to sell to direct to consumer anymore, because that was the purpose of it. Because nobody knew who I was, so I had to be able to sell because I didn't have a lot of lounges to sell to get the word out for me. So I had to sell for myself until I got big enough where I don't have to do it anymore. And we're at that point. So it was a good move.
That's great. It's just like my simple logic. I'm like, but to me, you wouldn't be competition for those bigger names, because first off, they can buy more bulk from you and they can actually sell it cheaper than you're selling it out of your own site. So I'm like, to me, I don't see, why they would feel threatened or not want to do it, because
it was a fear. So I was like, let me remove the fear.
It's no different than 10 other shops selling your product, then they got them to compete with price wise. But hey, if that's what the industry says, and you're trying to grow and you're the new guy in town, you gotta kind of
believe me. I brought all those points up, and everybody was still like, they didn't care. They don't deal with companies that sell direct to consumer. So
I'm curious. I'm going to ask around and be like, hey, what's the mindset with this? Because I just don't see where little guys your competition, because you're buying thousands of his cigars and you're selling them probably $2 cheaper than this man's selling them on his site. I just don't see. So, all right, give us a little history for anybody that doesn't know what Black Star Line Cigars are and what it represents. Tell us how all this came about and kind of who you are.
Yeah, so I'm based out of Chicago. I'm a retired Chicago firefighter, and I'm not retired by choice. I'm retired because I got injured pretty bad on the job. So I tore my labrum in my hip really bad, herniated discs in my lower back. I had surgery on my hip. I had to go through 4 doctors to find one that was confident enough to fix the hip. He fixed it, but it's still like actually I'm sitting here and my hip hurts. So I'm not physically capable to go and fight fires in the middle of Chicago winter, because I was an active firefighter. I wouldn't at the airport just sitting around.
Right.
So I actually fought fires, actually saved lives, I actually saved property. I was a very active firefighter. But our bodies, bro, as you're getting older and all, they break down, and mine broke down. So
and they're going to tell you when it's time for a change, yeah.
Oh yeah. So the big guy upstairs had a different plan for me. I wasn't supposed to go 20 plus years as a firefighter. That wasn't on my path. So my path was to be here with you talking and talking about my brand.
But you were already you were dabbling in the cigars already before the injury, though, correct? You were already
I started smoking. Yeah, I started smoking full time in the firehouse. That's where I really learned my love of the leaf.
Right, but your brand, you had the brand kind of started home-based business kind of before you got hurt and left, though. You were on the ground already running.
Yeah, it was in the infancy stage.
Yeah. This was kind of your push from the man upstairs, like, go do what you were meant to do now.
Right. Yep. So I got injured. I started the company. Well, how I started the company was I started networking at Drew Estate events. And that's how I got cool with JD. And JD encouraged me to talk to El Tito de Bronze down in Miami. That's Willie Herrera's family. That's their factory. And, I chased Sandy for a long time because she wasn't in the factory because her mother was sick. So I kept calling, couldn't catch her. So I ended up sending her flowers to wish the family well, wish her mother good health. And then also my ulterior motive was to keep me on her mind. Right. I still didn't hear shit. So it was like a couple of months after that, like the little voice in my head was like, dude, you need to call right now. So I called, and Giselle, her daughter, answered the phone. I asked for Sandy, and she was like, oh yeah, she's right here. Hand the phone over to her.
Oh, wow.
So Sandy gets on the phone. I told her who I was, and she said, you're the nice guy out of Chicago that sent me those flowers a couple of months ago, right? I was like, yeah, that was me. And she said, man, you know how to treat a woman? So I'm going to do these blends for you. So that's where El Milagro came. My first 2 blends were El Milagro Sun-Grown and El Milagro Corojo. So that's what gave birth to Black Star Line.
And that's the ones that it's a black and red band and a black and blue band, if I remember right, with your logo on them?
Okay. Yep. That's those. Those are the original 2.
So we call them the core brand now, the core line.
Yep. So then I met Sean Williams. We became cool. And he asked me, he was like, hey, what do you want to do with Black Star Line? And I was like, I love El Tito de Bronze, but due to the fact I'm buying tobacco in America, the price is tremendously higher.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, man, what do you want to do? You want to work with Placencia? You want to work with Aganorsa? He named a bunch of factories. So I was like, man, I'm a fan of Kyle and Warped. So, and because at the time, Kyle was working with Aganorsa and El Titan and Bronze. So I was like, dude, I'd like to work with Aganorsa. So he was like, man, give me a day. I'll get back to you. So he hit me the very next day. He was like, hey, I talked to Terrence Riley, VP of Sales at Aganorsa. He wants to talk to you. He's ready to rock with you. So I talked to Terrence, and he was like, hey, what kind of blends are you looking for? So I sent him 2 blends. One blend was Warwich, and one is another blend I didn't really care for. So when I got Warwich and I smoked it, I was just blown away, bro. Just blown away.
We all
I knew it was going to be a winner. I just knew it was going to be a winner, and it turned out it was, man. And it became the flagship of Black Star Line. And then I just kept developing more blends through Aganorsa, and then my reputation grew from working with Warwich helped my reputation grow, and then the fact that I was working with Aganorsa helped me grow, and then that's what helped me transition into other factories and other people wanting to work with me.
So you've pretty much been hands-on with the blend from day one. I mean, you pretty much, this is what I want, make it, let's tweak it, let's do it. You've had all the input. You're not, a lot of companies starting out, a guy in your position, they go and say, hey, make me a cigar, and you just taste a bunch till you find one you like. And they say, that's it. So you've been like the man. I mean, you are a blender. You may not roll your own, but you are a blender. That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
I always tell them the wrapper binder filler, what body and strength I want, what size, all of that comes from me. Then they just finish off my dream. You know what I'm saying? So, because like you said, I don't roll cigars.
Yeah. So you're pretty much, did you study up on this stuff, or were you self-taught just from smoking and knowing what you like? You pretty much knew where to start.
When I started smoking, everybody says when I start, it doesn't matter what it is. When I take an interest in things, like I dive headfirst into it. So when I started smoking full time, I would either be reading about the cigar that I was smoking, or I would be reading about another cigar. And then what I also did was I never smoked the same thing. Like, in my personal collection, I could go 2 weeks and I smoke at least 3 times a day. I can go 2 weeks smoking 3 times a day and not smoke the same brand, because I just buy a bunch of different brands and I just keep testing tobacco, because I always want to know what everybody else is doing. And that's the way that you exercise your palate. Because people ask me, oh, well, you smoke Black Star Line all the time. Fuck no, I don't. It's like eating your favorite meal every day.
Yeah.
If you eat your favorite meal every day, you're not gonna like that meal anymore. So I smoke everybody's stuff, from big companies and smaller companies. Whatever I can find that's new, I'll smoke it at least once.
Yeah, in your business, you have to. Everybody I talk to in the business, and we all agree. I mean, if you're not trying other things out there, you're never going to expand. I mean, there may be something you try that you thought was just going to be the worst combination of your life, and that be the one that pops. You're like, oh my God, 20 years I've refused to work with this leaf over here, and this thing's amazing. So what are we pairing the cigar with over here? What we got in there?
I am drinking Old Scout.
Okay.
It's a Benny's pick. So that's one of their barrels that they got from Old Scout. So that's what I'm drinking with the dark.
So when you're in the factories blending, I mean, I've heard a lot of people say they're strictly water. They want to keep the palate neutral, cleansed. What do you find yourself kind of? I've heard coffee is another good thing when you're blending, but I think that would be overpowering.
Yeah, I made that mistake in Nicaragua. I drank some, Eduardo gave me some coffee, and it just fucked my palate up for like an hour. And I was like, I'm not doing that again. I normally, if I'm in sample mode, I'm drinking water or some kind of sparkling water, because the carbonation cleanses your palate as you're drinking it.
I didn't think about that, but every time when I smoke a new cigar I haven't tried yet, normally the first smoke is always with water. I don't want any impurities. I don't want anything. I normally won't even eat it. It'll be hours before I have that smoke before I eat. I just don't want nothing. I want to be able to take it all in. And I'm a strict, I gotta try every cigar twice. Yeah.
Whatever you eat or drink could possibly change the profile of the cigar.
Down here in the South, for sure, all the spices we use.
Everything's
fried and spiced. So we got the original 2 core blends, and then the Warwich just blew up, and then everybody knew who you were. And then since then, I've noticed, are they? I know you got 2 or 3 new ones now. I haven't tried. Are they regular releases, or are they special editions? what's going on with it? I know it's the fire. You got the firefighter,
It's Mr. Fahrenheit.
Mr. Fahrenheit. Then you got the what is it? The
Rosewood,
Rosewood.
1923.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
are
what I
all
do with
those
Black Label
regular
Trading Company.
production now, or are they just
Yeah, they
limited?
are.
Okay, so
No, they're regular.
okay.
Actually, Mr. Fahrenheit is just shipped out of Santiago, Dominican Republic this morning.
Oh
So
wow.
it's going to be back in stock like within a
Okay,
week.
good. Yeah, because I was
You
looking
know.
for some of those last week, and I found some of the other, but I stuck with the Warwitch Dark because I'd been wanting in. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'll get the other ones eventually. But yeah, the Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Fahrenheit I couldn't find nowhere because I was drawn to that band. That band kind of drew me
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, I did it for firefighters, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a firefighter stick. And then the name came from Queen because I'm a big Queen fan. So in Don't Stop Me Now, Freddie Mercury sings about Mr. Fahrenheit in the song. So I
Okay.
had been holding on to that name for like 3 years. And then when I put the blend, I actually put the original. I originally released that at Underground in Fort Worth, and it was in a robusto size of 5x50, and it just blew everybody away. They said it was the best cigar at the fest that year.
Oh wow.
So when I got the feedback from that, I was like, okay, it's time to bring it back out, and I brought it back out in a Corona size with a shaggy foot. So and
What's
then
the wrapper on that?
it's a Connecticut broadleaf.
Okay.
Yeah,
You do a
Connecticut
lot of
broadleaf, Dominican
Connecticut.
binder. No, that's actually the first time I've used that leaf. That's the
Really?
first time. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to try that one then, man. If it's getting praised like that.
Yeah, bro. It's at Illusione, they told me the other day there's already 90 back orders for it already.
Oh
So yeah, it's gonna go fast. I don't even know if that cigar is gonna make it to PCA. Because it's 90. As soon as they get in, 90 orders are going out.
yeah.
And then whatever's left, I'm selling and I have reps now too. All of us are selling, and I don't know if that particular cigar is going to make it to PCA, but that also means I can re-up real fast.
Right. Man, that's
Mhm.
great. I mean, what you're what 4 or 5 years into this?
This is our 5th year.
That's God, that's great.
Mhm.
Can't ask for a better start, man. Now you just got to keep the momentum running. So, I mean, let's talk about we talked about Fahrenheit. What we missed it. Let's dive into the Rose one because I seen it had
Okay.
a little meaning to that one with the date and everything. I did a little research on
Yeah.
that, but I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
tell us about that one.
Yeah. So I named it Rosewood 1923. Rosewood, Florida. It was a race riot down there, and then the whole town. It was a black town down there, and the whole town got decimated. The rumor was it was a white Mason. His wife accused a black person of raping her, and then they just went and just demolished the whole town. So I wanted to pay homage to to the victims, and then also to my frat brother John Singleton. He's the one that did Snowfall, the show Snowfall. He died 3 or 4 years ago, and I wanted to pay homage to him as well because he did a movie on Rosewood in the early '90s.
Oh, really?
Don Cheadle and Ving Rhames were in. It's a good movie. Yeah,
Okay,
Don
I have
Cheadle
to
and Ving
check that
Rhames were
out.
starring in that movie. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
good
I'm a big
one.
history guy, man. You give me something that's a
Mhm.
true story in history, I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
And the artwork, man, is killer on that band. I don't know who does your artwork, but
Cigar Dojo does. Yeah.
really, they killed that.
Yeah, they did the artwork on Lalibela. They redid the artwork on Warwitch. They did it for Rosewood. They did Fahrenheit. They do all of my graphic design stuff.
Okay, I
So
didn't
they
realize they were in the business to do logos.
yeah, so I was looking for a graphic designer and I was talking to Terrence, and Terrence was like, hey, talk to Aric and Jordan and see if they have time to do the artwork for you. So I reached out to Aric, and Aric immediately said yes.
Yeah,
And then I found out why afterwards. I was on their show, and he told me in front of everybody. He was just like, man, he was like, it's something special about you and your brand that we wanted to be a part of your journey, and this is the way we could do it. And I just really appreciated it, bro.
class act, man. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And that Roseway, it just, I don't know. To me, it gives me like tattoo vibes. I don't know. It just looks like some artwork you would go in and find in a tattoo book, and just with the rose and the cross. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, they actually drew that band artwork. So that was a hand drawn art that they did.
Well, maybe that's why I get that vibes. It looks like something somebody. It looks like 80s or 90s, just kind of how that artwork, that style was.
Yeah. And I told them, I was like, I'm doing it with Black Label Trading Company, so I want a band that kind of would represent them and represent, the name of the cigar, and they nailed it.
That's
Because
it.
all the Black Label Trading Companies bands are like Black and
Right.
Skulls and that type of thing. So,
well, and that now that you said that, that's 100% what it. They got the vibe.
yeah.
They did it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
do we have any shop exclusive, or are you doing any exclusives for anybody that we may have missed, or did you do one with Bravado one time? Did we have a
That was a Black History Month cigar I did with them
okay?
a few
Yes.
years back.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
was
was
a
like a
solid
one
stick.
and done.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a solid
it was.
stick though.
Yeah, it was like a charity stick for the
Mm-hmm.
YMCA up in Wisconsin, I think it was.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
exactly what it
yeah.
was.
So yeah, that was a good project. I'm working on doing something else with Brian in the near future. I'm doing something for a lounge here in Chicago, called Casa de Puros. That's part of the reason why I'm going to Dominican Republic, because the samples that I'm doing for them, they're already rolled. So I need to go down there and smoke them and see how they are
Okay.
and see if I need to change them. And, so I'm even doing a special size of Lalibela for them as well. It's going to be a Corona size 6x46.
I hope they have a website so we can all run to them.
That's what I'm telling them. I'm like, it's gonna be people that are out of state that's gonna want this cigar, and you're gonna have to set up some kind of infrastructure to be able to, send them out. So that's what I'm working on them. Now, whether they're gonna do it or not, I don't know. That's on them. It depends on how much they like money.
They get bombarded with phone calls and have to ship stuff. But I mean, I'm all for
Mm-hmm.
supporting brick and mortars, but we're in a technology period of life where if you don't have some kind of web front social media presence or a website where somebody can shop from all across the United States and hit you up, you're missing money right now, man. You got to. Brick and mortars are not going to survive if they can't get on the web, man, and be able to do online orders.
Oh yeah. So so that's the conversation I'm having with them. Now, like I said, whether they do it or not, that's on them. But I'm letting them know, like, there are going to be a lot of people that's going to want to get this cigar. Similar to John Baptiste that I did for Benny's. That's the cigar I did through Aganorsa.
They want the best bang from their investment, man. They're paying you to make cigars. If they really want to sell them a lot, I mean, you have a following now. You're going to have guys that aren't in that area that's going to want that cigar once they know you made a cigar for this lounge.
Because Benny's doesn't ship cigars. So, and then when everybody got a win that John Baptiste was out, and I'm like, some people will hit me up and they'll send me the money and I'll go get them a bundle of them and I'll ship it out to them.
Yeah.
Or if they know somebody else in Chicago, they'll have them go to Benny's and they'll ship it to them. Right. But yeah, Benny's doesn't ship, and actually John Baptiste just hit #1 for Benny's, so it's very popular. That's a Corojo 2012 wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder filler. I did that one through Aganorsa. It's a Toro size, and his name John Baptiste after John Baptiste Point du Sable. He is the founder of Chicago, and he's a Haitian man.
Okay, you and the history.
So I wanted to pay homage to him.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I'd like for people to not only enjoy the cigar, but hey, learn something. Something outside of yourself. Right. So.
Yeah, dude. Google the name. Figure out what it is. Get a little culture in you while you're smoking.
Oh yeah.
So, are we going to be expanding the core line, or you're okay with where you're at now?
There's new sizes of Lalibela coming for PCA. Right now, Lalibela's in the Gordo 6x60 and a 6x52 in a Toro size. Then that's the cigar I originally did for Tim Hardaway. And then me and him didn't know how to do the deal. We tabled it. And then I was like, hey, I'm not sitting on a great blend. I changed the name and brought it out.
Oh, man, you missed it. It could have been the UTEP 2-step. Come on. That's what you call it right there, man.
Yeah, it was just weird, bro. Like, he loved the blend and everything, and we just couldn't come to an agreement. So it was like, hey, all right, well, I'm going to keep moving. And then he regretted it when he saw it was on the market and how well it was doing,
Yeah,
because that one's been sold out for a while.
Retired professional athlete now is getting a cigar. He missed out.
Mm-hmm. And Lalibela, the stone churches that were built into the ground in Ethiopia.
Okay, now I didn't know that one.
Yeah, that's why I named it that, because a lot of people don't even know it's over there. If you Google it, like, you'll be amazed. Like whoever built those churches, they're amazing. You know, so that's why I chose to use that name. And on the band, it's like a picture of the top of the church. It's sort of shaped like a cross.
Yeah,
So, but that was a great cigar. It's strong. If you like a strong, balanced cigar, that's the one that you want. Actually, the PCA magazine just did a review on Lalibela in the recent issue. They did an article on me, and then they did a review on Lalibela in there as well.
So you're going
With
to
the
be
new
at
size
PCA this year?
oh yeah, oh yeah, I wouldn't miss it.
You
It would
just
be
passed
weird if I was in the
TPU.
magazine. Yeah. It was too close. But I saw what PCA did. They just did that to screw them. That's why they moved it up. You know. But yeah, the Lancero for Lalibela is coming back full strength with bands, boxes, bundles, and then I also have Lalibela Robusto coming. It's a 5x50, and that size smokes amazing.
That's what I
So,
was about to say. That blend and that smaller ring gauge thing's got to pop. That's funny. Now you're on Tim Hardaway, I got a story. So back in the day, I was a basketball fan growing up. Still am. I play basketball, but back in the day,
okay.
you could get the Beckett magazines, and where you grade, you see how much your cards are worth, and it would have an address to all the basketball teams where you could send stuff, fan mail. So I picked out like 5 different teams, and I sent basketball cards to all these players in the world, asking, "Please, can I have an autograph?" I was like 10 years old. Only one that ever came back to me was Tim Hardaway. I still got it where he signed it.
Yeah.
Only player that
Tim.
ever signed anything for me sending.
Yeah, Tim's a great guy. He's a family friend of mine. He went to Carver High School right here in Chicago, and that just so happened to be the high school that my father worked his entire career at, from a teacher all the way up to when he retired as a principal.
Oh wow!
So he knew Tim very well. My father is part of the reason why I was a big fan of Tim, because my father was so proud of him. And then I found out why, because Tim told me that he was getting into a lot of bullshit, because where Carver is, it's in a really bad area in Chicago, even to this day.
Yeah.
And he told me, he was like, "Dude, your dad kept me out of a lot of bullshit." So he was like, he had a lot of respect for my dad. So
that's awesome.
So that's the reason why how I know him.
Yeah, and I watch his son play now too, man. It's so that's when we've aged now. The players I grew up watching, now their kids are playing in the NBA, and it's like, oh, there's Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yep.
That's crazy, man. I sit here talking to you, I still can't believe 5 years from where you started to where you are now. It's a blink of an eye, man.
Yeah, I already put together our 5th year blend, and you'll be the first person I'm telling on air.
Oh,
is that blend?
Appreciate that.
That blend is coming through La Zona, so I'm doing it with Aric Espinosa.
Okay. And what you think in summer or fall? When you think that's going to hit?
Yeah, it should be like July, August ish, somewhere in there.
We have a name.
I'm waiting for all of them. Yeah, it's gonna be called. No, it's gonna be called Maroon. Marun. So in Nigeria, there's a tribe called Yoruba, the Yoruba tribe. So in the Yoruba language, the number 5 is Maroon. So I just simply took a African term for the number. So
man, and La Zona's killing it right now. Everything coming out of them guys, I cannot wait to smoke that. And right there, you just made 2 whole sets of people, because you got this following that buys everything that Aric and them blend, and now you're fans, and now you mashed them all up together, and those things are gonna go quick.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a one and done too. Then be an anniversary.
I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know yet. The first run is gonna be 5,000 cigars. But I have 25,000 bands being made, so I got to run through those bands.
Oh yeah,
so
we're gonna use all
it's gonna be around. Yeah, it's gonna be around for a little bit. Now I don't know after the 25,000 is gone if I'm going to continue it or what. Right. So I had to make that decision.
They're going to be done in like 5-packs. Or they're going to have actual boxes. Going to have some nice presentation to them.
There's gonna be boxes, bundles, like I normally do.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
So you are busy, man. You got everything's back on the shelves this year. The core brand's coming back, and you got a 5.
Yeah, everything will be back in stock mid-March. So everything from Aganorsa will be back mid-March.
Okay, I can't wait. I'll have to hit them up, because I see now when I'm shopping around, I kind of start seeing your stuff on more and more sites now too. So you're out there. There's more of a reach now, people to try.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm trying to expand the footprint. Hired some reps to help me out too, so that's going to help out tremendously as well. Because before I had the reps, it was just me, Cliff, my VP of sales, and then Brad is a sales manager. He lives in Detroit. So you know Brad because he's a burner. Yeah. So Brad works for me too.
Okay.
So it was us three, and then I added in. Initially, it was 5 reps, but the one that was handling Midwest for me, he got like really sick. So he was like, man, I'm just gonna send the stuff back to you because he didn't want to just have my samples and tablecloths and stuff, and he's not working. So he sent the stuff back to me, and then I had a rep in Atlanta. That he was just going to handle Atlanta because there was like 170 lounges there. So that's like a territory in itself.
Right.
But he was working at a lounge as well. And he ended up taking a position as a general manager there. So he didn't have time to do the rep. Right. So I can understand that, so he's sending the stuff back to me as well. But Albert Cisneros that used to work for Noel Rojas, he's my rep in the South. And then a guy named Doug Sifford, he's handling some of the East Coast for me. Then I have a rep in Southern California that he also reps Aganorsa. He's going to rep us as well. And then I'm working on Trendsetters and one other person to pick us up. So
you're there, man. All that personnel, you're there, man. You got the game plan going. I mean, do you find yourself still going to lounges and doing events, or are you leaving that up to your reps now?
No, I still go.
I still go.
I'm backing off on me schedule them. I'll let them schedule them. Then I'll come out and do the event with them. Because actually I'll be in New Orleans mid-February, I think it is, riding with my rep.
Well, you got to let me know. Y'all pass right through me.
Yeah. We'll let you know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how long we'll be in New Orleans because I haven't gotten the schedule yet, but I'm flying into Dallas because that's where he lives. That's where Albert lives. He lives in Dallas, and then we'll drive in he's going to pick me up from the airport, and then we're shooting right into Louisiana so we can start working. So
yeah, hit me up, especially, and if you're doing an event, I'll see if I can sneak off and come down there, even if it's a one-night event, man. I'll come get a hotel and hang out with y'all. And
yeah, I'm not doing any events. We're just going to open up accounts because I don't have a presence in Louisiana yet. So that's my purpose of riding with him, so me and him can go and start opening up. So you get some stuff from me, more local.
Yeah, definitely hit me up, even if it's only a pass through, man. I'll meet y'all somewhere if you're stopping for lunch or a lounge. You're going to be at a certain time.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll meet up and hang out for sure.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Yeah. So 5 years ago, did you think you'd be here right now? I know you hope like as a business owner. I know you would hope, but can you even believe it sometimes how quick it's taking off?
Man, bro, it's just a lot of people gravitated towards us, and I love it. Like even when I'm walking the floor at PCA, people will tell me like, dude, whatever you doing, the buzz is crazy about you. Like they say everybody's talking about us, it's for such a small company. Even Carlito, Matt Booth, both of them told me, they were like, man, you're really breathing a lot of new life into the industry. That damn near brought a tear to my eyes and to have 2 guys like that say that to me, and that's why, me and Boofy are friends to this day. Like, he just really loves Black Star Line. He even told me, he was like, yeah, man, whether you know it or not, I'm honorary Black Star Line. He was like, I got your back, whatever you need, so I got some friends in high places, that really want to see us win because they see me doing the work. They're like, dude, you're on the road, you're doing cutting lights, you're posting, you're talking about the brand, you're doing everything possible to make sure that the brand is going to be successful.
Yeah.
But 5 years ago, bro, I didn't, it's thousands of cigars out there.
Oh,
so, so you got to find a way to differentiate yourself from all the other cigars that have been around for 10, 20, 100 years, So, but I've successfully carved a little area in the cigar industry for Black Star Line. So,
100%. Yeah, and I think it's just you're so relatable and you're humble. I mean, any interview you watch with you're just to us. It's like you're a regular everyday guy, man. It's like it could be any of us in that situation because you're real. You're 100% real. Yeah. You're authentic. You're using history as part of your cigars, the way you name things, the band art, it's just humble. It's like, where you've been, where you want to go. You're there. If somebody reaches out, they're going to talk to you. You run your own social media. You're the one talking. You're constantly posting on social media. So you're there. They see you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, like you said, I relate to a lot of people. I've traveled a lot. I didn't spend time with just black people. I'd sit with white people, Hispanics. And then my thing is, I grew up around black people, so I know black people. So I always wanted to know about other people and what they believe, where you're from. I've been to China several times, like, you know, so I've been around, and I take pride in getting to know other people.
Right.
And that's how I can, you know, whatever it is we're talking about, I have some way I can relate to you.
Yeah.
Some way or some fashion, I can relate to you.
And that's awesome. Our age group, we're the ones that's breaking the mold, man. Our age group is one of the first age groups. We don't see color no more. We're all the same. We're people. And that's the same thing we teach our kid. There is no color. We're all the same. We're people. We're people. And
because some people ask me, do I only sell to black people? Like, that's the dumbest question I heard in my life. I sell
like you
to
can
smokers.
control who goes in there and buy. Like,
yeah, if you're a true smoker and you enjoy a good blend, that's who I sell to. I don't give a damn if you're Marvin the Martian.
Right.
You know, so it doesn't matter to me.
No.
If you cool, you cool. That's how I look at it.
Well, and that's a stupid question to anybody to ask, because the one thing about the cigar, the whole culture I like, is that one thing brings us together, no matter how different we are in life, as far as skin color, income range. You can sit next to a millionaire in a lounge and not even know it. You sit next to a broke ass poor farmer, and you're smoking the same cigar and having a great conversation. There's no other world like the cigar world.
Right.
Nothing like it.
I always say it. I go on almost every interview if this type of topic comes up. I always say, if everybody smoked cigars and drank some form of whiskey, all this fucking hatred and bullshit wouldn't even fucking exist. So,
well, we need a few more of those old heads to die off, the ones that are just one way thinkers.
I agree.
I mean, we still got people. I got old clients that come in my job and they'll look at your arms like, "Oh my God, you ruined your body. You got tattoos." And I just smile and say, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Whatever." Yep. It's like, you only got a few more years left.
Oh yeah.
Every decade we're getting a little bit better and a little more acceptable in life.
Oh yeah. But yeah, man, I enjoy the leaf. I enjoy the conversations. I love meeting a bunch of new people. The same excitement people give to me when they meet me is the same excitement I give back to them. Like, you're excited to meet me, I'm equally as excited to meet them. So, because I mean, I wouldn't be here. I can't smoke 30,000 cigars myself.
Right.
So, so for the support I've been getting over the 5 years, man, it's been phenomenal, and I really appreciate it, because I wouldn't be here without that support.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're doing it right, man. Like I said, I've never heard a bad thing said about you or the brand in the circles I run in and people I talk to and hang out with. There's nothing bad. I mean, you've done everything right. I can't wait to see what's next, and just, man, it's going to get better for you. It can only go better. Just keep doing what you're doing. And so, speaking of next, I mean, what's next for Black Star Line? What's the next few years look like? What's on the horizon? What's the goals?
Well, I want to get over. We're right about 100 accounts right now, so I'm trying to double that.
Brick and mortar is what you're shooting for.
Yeah. So if I can get 200, if I can get 200 brick and mortar accounts, that's what I'm shooting for, and that's why I brought the reps in, because they're boots on the ground. Because a lot of the stuff we were doing was either phone, email, or if I'm in your city doing cutting lights, then I will go around to lounges where not carry that and try to pick up accounts while we're there. But that gets taxing, because I'm on the road a lot, So if I'm if I'm promoting all day long, then I got to run to the Airbnb and change, and then get to an event, and then we never leave right when the event ends. We always stay and and just hang out. So it makes for a really long day. And then I do 2 to 3 events in each city I go to. So you do that 2-3 days in a row. By the time I get home, I'm burned. I got to come home and just go to sleep. Right. And I got a 9-year-old daughter, so she's not gonna let me sleep. So
nope. I got 11-year-old, and I know when you're gone a couple of days, man. It's like it takes 2 days of being with them before they're bored with you again. Then you can go do whatever you want.
Yep, that's true. That's
awesome, man. Brick and mortar's presence. You got reps now. That's definitely going to help the growth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, man, we're trying to get to like 200 accounts. hopefully it won't take too long to get to that with the additional help that I have now.
Yeah.
And if I, like I said, if I could pick up a couple of more reps, that's going to help us get there even faster.
As far as your online presence, can you just name a few of your big shops so people can find your cigars right now? Who can you point them
Small
to
Batch.
online? Yep.
Yeah, you can go to Small Batch Underground in Fort Worth. They have an online site, Pravada, Cigar Hustler. Yeah, you can get them from all of those. There's a few more. Oakland Tobacconists.
Yeah.
They sell. They have an online presence as well. They're out of California. Ucaipa, California's like up in the mountains. And there's a few more that's escaping me right now, but those are the ones.
I always hit up Small Batch and Pravada because they pretty much have all your stuff. It's easy to get.
So,
man, you didn't lie. The Dark Witch is where it's at, man.
So it's a constant argument which one's better between the original one and this one. I always gravitate towards this one, but a lot of people still like, no, that Connecticut is the one. That's a good argument.
Yeah, and I'm not a Connecticut guy. I don't smoke a lot of Connecticut's, but I gotta give it to the Connecticut guys. I think the original War Witch, Connecticut just, I don't know, it hits different. I always said that was one of my top 5 Connecticut's ever. That War Witch, I'm not changing my mind. Guys, if you don't know what to start with, just grab your War Witch. If you're new to the brand, go out there, get you a single, get you a 5-pack, and then try the Dark Witch. But you're not going to go wrong.
Yeah, no,
nothing in his portfolio you're going to go wrong with.
No.
And I know
I got something for everybody.
Yeah, and you smoke a lot of other brands. You said earlier, but as far as your blends, which one is your baby? Which one do you find yourself of your own cigars that you probably smoke more than any of the others of yours? Is it a War Witch?
No, actually, it's the El Milagro Corojo.
Okay.
And I'm kind of biased because it was one of the original blends. So it was like, you're one of your original children is like one of your favorites. So that's one of my personal favorite ones. That's the red one, the red and black one. Yep. So, and then that color scheme I did for firefighters and police officers. So the red and blacks for firefighters and the blue and blacks for police officers.
I didn't notice it, but I always forget the names, and I know them by the red label or the blue label. That's how I know them. And that's not the original labels that were on them when they first come out, right? You reworked the labels on those, or is that the same exact?
It's so the logo that's on those cigars is like an alternate logo of Black Star Line. Okay. So everybody liked the original band from El Tiden de Bronze, but there was no branding on it. So my idea on the original band was to have a red and black and blue and black with embossed Chicago stars on it. But it didn't say Black Star Line on there at all. So that showed how, like, early on, I didn't really know what I was doing as far as branding. Right. So what I did was I redid the bands, and then I took the alternate logo. I took the original band, and then I took the stars. Well, the stars are on the band now. They're just smaller. Right. So it's a combination of the original band and the new one. So the color scheme's the same with the red stripes and the blue stripes and the black in the middle, but it's branded. So that's what I thought. That's why I only remember them by band colors, because I don't remember seeing the originals when I was smoking the original blend. I just remember the red and black, the red and blue. I didn't remember anything on those. Yeah. So, take 5 short years and you've already tweaked and made things better. Oh yeah, I'm constantly thinking about how to make things better. What's going to help us sell more? Because I know a lot of people buy with their eyes, and that's where the band, how the band in the box looks. So you got to have good branding just to even get people to look at it. And then if they really like it, if they like how it looks, then that increases the chance they're going to pick it up. Especially in a brick and mortar, when you're sitting on a shelf with 100, 150 other cigars in this shop. You got to pop. You got to stand out. That's why I always compliment Jonas with Blackbird. I'm like, man, ain't nobody going to miss your bands on a shelf anywhere. Yeah. The bright colors. The bigger Camacho brands. Yeah. Yeah. The big bright colors. You're going to see it. Even the boxes he puts in or the color of the band. It's like, you're standing out. It's crazy. So is the wife still hands-on and helping with you with the brand now that she don't have to go ship my packages? If I'm out of town, but not so much. She has her own business that she runs, so she's kind of busy with that. So, and then now that I don't ship direct to consumer, it's not as much to ship. You know, I just ship swag, and you know, if you want to buy a shirt or a Glencairn glass or flask or whatever else I have on the website, you know, that's branded. You know, she'll ship that, but yeah, there's no cigars for me to ship anymore. So.
Yeah, guys, if you're watching this, go check out his website. Get you some swag. He's got nice shirts on there. I was on there looking the other day to see what was on there. Definitely hook.
Yeah, I got to re-up on a lot of the shirts and hoodies and stuff, but I've been spending more money on tobacco because that's where my bread and butter is at. So I'll get back to I'll re-up on a lot of the stuff that's missing on there, and you know, so people can, you know, if they want to represent Black Star Line while they're smoking, you know, you get a shirt or something.
Oh yeah, we all love wearing cigar swag. It's game day for me tonight, so I'm wearing my Pelicans gear. I wore it to work today.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I'm in. Normally I would have cigar swag, but yeah, man, like I said, I'm knowing you from the start of this journey to where it is now. Of course, I'm a fan. I'm super proud of where you have been and where you're going.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Excited for this La Zona 5-year stick to come out, man. Can't wait to hit that up. That's definitely box worthy already, and I ain't even tried it yet, but that'll be a box of that coming. So
yeah, it's a Sumatra wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder and filler, medium full.
Dude, I could hug you through this screen right now. Everybody that's been watching my streams know that my palate has switched again on me, and I'm in love with everything Sumatra. I went from just regular Maduro, then I fell in love with San Andreas, but now it's Sumatra. If I see Sumatra in the description, I'm buying it. I don't care who makes it. I have to try it. So, oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, you'll be pleased with it. It's going to be in a 6x50 size, so a skinny Toro.
Yeah. A lot of your cigars are gravitating towards the smaller ring gauges.
Bro, that's where all the flavor is. You know, I understand people like the bigger ring gauges because they want to just buy one cigar and just smoke it all day. But I'm like, dude, when you scale that filler down and you really get everything out of that cigar, that's what that's why I said I make stuff for people that are really smokers. You know, it doesn't matter color, gender, none of that, or your sexual orientation. Doesn't fucking matter. If you fucking like good tobacco, you like good blends, you rock with Black Star Line. You know,
and I don't mind that. I don't like the 6x60s no more. When I first started smoking, I'd smoke a lot of them, but I like a 52 or a 54. Don't mind a 50 at all. I'm not a big Lancero guy at all. I just find
that's one of my favorite sizes, actually.
I find I got to fight it just too much. It's either burning too hot or it's not burning right. It's just, I don't know.
But the Lanceros teach you how to slow down.
Yes.
If you do not slow down with a Lancero, it's gonna burn fast. It's sort of like on Tom and Jerry when they'll have a cigarette and it'll just go whoop.
Yep.
That's how the Lancero is. Like some people will try to smoke a Lancero while they're cutting the grass. I'm like, bro, that's gonna last 15 minutes, literally.
Yeah, and I'm a fast smoker. I find myself. I mean, we started around the same time, and I mean, I find myself, especially when I get talking and not paying attention. Now, if I'm sitting there and I'm relaxing and I'm trying to actually take in the flavors and see what I'm smoking, I'll slow it down a little bit. But yeah, Lanceros but I get it, man. The smaller ring gauges, because the next podcast you guys will see is Chris from Amendola. Well, you'll see that before this one, but. We talked about that because a lot of their cigars they blend, they do one size and one size only. And that's so you can tweak that blend and get it exactly right for that size. So they don't go a lot of bigger and a lot of smaller. They perfect that one. And I'm all for it. I get it. I understand. Because you got like you're making this one in a 50 ring gauge. And if you tried to make that same cigar in a 56, it's not going to hit the same. It's not going to transition the same. It's hard to get that.
Yeah.
You get the better flavors out of the smaller ring gauge all day long.
Well, like Lolly Bella was blended as a Gordo because that's what Tim Moore Hardaway wanted. So that's what it was. The original size and the samples that Lolly Bella came in was a 6x60.
Okay.
And it's graded. It's actually very good in that size. I don't smoke 6x60s, but that size is very good for that blend. But I was like, I need to bring out something smaller for those that don't want that 6x60. And that's why I brought out the 6x52 along with the 6x60. And in my opinion, because I like smaller ring gauges, I like the Toro better, you know, not only because it's smaller, but because when you're removing some of that filler and bringing the ring gauge down, it's stronger. The Ligero kicks in more.
Correct.
So if you want something that's really gonna kick you, but you're not just tasting all ligero.
Yeah.
Like it's still very balanced. Like you're gonna taste all different notes in there, but it's strong, and that's why people have been going crazy. Yeah. Oh, you haven't had lolly? Oh yeah.
I've had.
You gotta smoke that.
Yeah. I'm like, now that you're telling me, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. So that one's a San Andreas wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder and filler, and it's got a closed foot on it. I
like the closed foot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I'll be making another small batch order.
I was just talking to Mike. I was just talking to Mike from Small Batch actually yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, we ready for all the new sizes. They've been waiting for Lolly Bella to come back because that sold out extremely fast.
I swear,
so they're waiting.
Man, he gave us a barrel burners code many years ago, and we used the hell out of that thing.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you sitting down. I know you're leaving and going to the factories this week, so I was glad I was able to get you in. And
oh yeah, it's a free night for me, bro.
Tell Mr. Tim Hardaway I'm a huge fan over here, back from his days with Chris Mullen and stuff. Being an '80s NBA fan, man. I
TMC.
Run DMC.
Yeah.
UTEP two-step, man. I remember we'd all go to playground trying to do that UTEP two-step. Back when basketball was great. I love it. I still watch it every night.
I forget what game that was. Was it it was a game that Tim on like the original Nintendo, I think it was, and you hit the button and Tim would do the UTEP two-step, you know, right on the game. I can't remember which one it was though.
It was I know it wasn't double dribble lives because they started putting everybody's signature moves in the NBA Lives.
Yeah,
Karl Malone,
it might have been one of the original ones.
Yeah,
it might have been one of the original NBA Lives. Yeah, that was that band. Those some great games.
When NBA Jam come out, that was game changer. Everybody's playing NBA Jam. You had Tim Hardaway and Chris Mullen together. So that's Well, man, I'll let you end the show. Anything you got to say for your fans or followers, or any advice you got for anybody that may be hesitant and wants to try your brand? What would you tell them to try first?
Well, with my brand, when people come to my table at a cutting light, the first question I ask is, how strong do you like to smoke?
Right.
Because I don't do anything mild, but I'm always medium and up. So, it just depends on what strength you're looking for, but if you wanted to go like middle of the road that, like anybody can smoke, depending on if you can appreciate going from full body to medium, because I can do that. I can go to medium, I can go to full body. I'll appreciate it. I would say go with El Milagro Sun Grown or the Warwich, because they write medium, full. If you want to go stronger, go with Lolly Bella. That's definitely full body, or El Milagro Crojos full. Rosewood 1923 is on the fuller side as well. Okay. Especially if you're a fan of Black Label Trading Company, it's a phenomenal blend. That's a San Andreas wrapper, Ecuadorian binder, and a Nicaraguan Dominican filler. And that one's a 6x48. So it's got some Omatempe in the filler. It's got Dominican stuff in there. You get notes of like dry fruit, chocolate. It's got strength to it. It's like Dojo just rated it when they did their cigars of the year, and Rosewood got the #1 under the radar cigar.
Yep, I've seen that.
I
gotta definitely try that one too.
Yeah, it's picked up a lot of traction, bro.
I've been stuck, man, for the last few years. I just rotate through the core blends, the three originals, and then, like I said, this is the first time I tried the Dark Witch, because it's like, man, these are so good. It's like, why leave them? But I just really branch out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you gotta keep going, because I got some more stuff.
I'm definitely gonna hit them up. You got me excited now, man. I definitely want to try that one that was.
Yeah, that Rosewood was phenomenal. I was actually gonna smoke it tonight while we were talking, but I messed around and left it in the house. I have an empty box here, but we ran through all of those already. I'll show you the box.
Yeah, show everybody the logo. Yeah, there's that red box. Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, and then on the back, Oveja Negra and Black Star Line.
Yep.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like I said before. I thank everybody that's smoked my cigars, thought about smoking my cigars, or told somebody about my cigars. You know, because like I said, I'm very, very humble about everything, bro. And like, you know, I'm a regular dude. You know, I don't feel like I'm above anybody or anything. And I thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for supporting us, because without that support, I would not be here.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you guys, I'm not just saying it. If you haven't tried it, you need to get out there, try it. If you're a boutique smoker, I put these right up there with any other boutique out there, man. It's just,
oh yeah,
he don't have the exposure. He's not out there as much as all these bigger names, but he will be.
yeah,
Mark my
oh
word,
yeah,
he will be. If I got
oh
anything
yeah.
to do with it, I will help, but he's going to be there for sure.
Well,
100%.
you're the one that helped me get into Pravada. So
I
you know,
know, man.
I appreciate that.
We were talking about that the other night. I said, y'all know what? I said, I helped. It was at that time
Mhm.
it was Amendola, Big Sky Cigars, and you. I called
Uh-huh.
Brian and got all three of y'all in the shop when y'all were out there
Mhm.
trying to make it.
Yeah, I never forget people that help me. Never. And you know, me and you haven't even talked about this. And this
Mm-mm.
was, I've been in Pravada at least 3 years or so,
Yeah, I honestly
and I
didn't think
never
you would even
forgot.
remember.
Oh yeah, dude, I don't forget people that help me. No, that's because that means a lot to me. You know, because I
Nah,
remember
man.
it was a live that Brian was doing, and you were talking us up
Yeah,
in the comments,
yeah,
and then it just went from there. You know, and he's had us ever since. And
yeah.
then it
I'm a
turned into
firm believer, man. When I smoke something and I love it and I know the people, I'm gonna push every chance I get. I'm gonna do every
Mhm.
share on Instagram I can get. I'm gonna smoke it on my lives. I'm just, when I believe in something, I'm gonna push it. I don't care if people get tired of seeing it. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. I
Yeah, my
push it like
man.
it's mine. Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. I appreciate
I
it.
get no
I
perks. I
do.
get no benefits just to know they're doing good.
Hmm.
Love it. Love
Hmm.
seeing it. And you're a
Yeah,
barrel
I'm
burner, so
excited.
I mean that helps too. I mean this guy was
Yeah,
what he was in barrel burners. What, shoot, when you started this 5 years
yeah,
ago? Yeah, you were
yep,
one of the
yep.
first years in. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah. This
yep,
is
yep.
our 6th year now, so it's crazy.
Ah, nice, nice,
Yeah,
nice, nice.
yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's you know, and like I said, the advice on my cigars is just, you know, try. You know, if you, I used to have a sampler on my site, but I'm
yeah.
sure that some other sites that are some, they'll have some kind of Black Star Line sampler. Buy a sampler and
Yeah.
try, you know, whatever they're selling and see what you like, and we'll gravitate what you gravitate towards, you know,
Yeah,
and
and
then
a
go
lot
from
of
there.
places you can buy singles. Get a single of each one
Hmm.
of them. Make your own 5-pack, guys. You're,
Yeah,
like I said,
because
you're
Underground
gonna love
sells
it.
singles.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you could put together your own sampler with
yeah.
Underground. You
Yeah.
know. Hmm.
Pravada lets you get singles. Small
Yep.
batches, 5-pack or boxes, but you can actually get singles on Pravada too. So, like I
Hmm.
said, man, super proud of you. Appreciate you coming in today.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Cannot wait for the next 5 years. Shit, I can't even wait for the rest of this year after the things you told me. So, hopefully, we can get access to those Chicago cigars you're going to do for that lounge up there. Hopefully, you can talk them into
Yeah.
giving some kind of web presence.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be
Okay.
good. And
Hmm.
that's it, man. We both smoked Warwich Dark tonight.
Yes, sir.
I had Aric from Black
Yes,
Star
sir.
Line Cigars on here, guys. Show him some love. Follow him on Instagram. He's super active on Instagram. He's on there daily, whether it be reels or sharing other people's love of his product. But he's there. If you
Yeah.
DM him with a question, he's the man you're going to talk to on the account. He will set you the right
Yeah.
direction. He'll help you
I
out.
respond to everything, even
Yes,
if it's some foolishness.
yes,
I respond. So, you know, so
yeah.
you know,
And super
yeah,
active.
you
He'll
reach out
get
to
back
me, and
to you.
I talk. Yeah, I help people. I help other brands.
Yeah,
You know, I have a brand here in Chicago that I'm mentoring right now.
that's
So
awesome.
actually he was in my academy class. So
Okay.
he was going down the wrong road, and then he came and talked to me, and I was like, and he gave me the cigars that whoever he got it from, and I was like, bro,
Yeah.
no, no. And you know, I mentored him, and he took it very seriously to the point like he didn't have a cigar. You know, he stopped dealing with the people he was dealing with. And I told him, I was like, I'm going to PCA. I'll get you a badge. I was like, you don't have to pay for the badge, but I'll get you a badge, and you come and see how I run the booth and all of that. So he came to Vegas, and he came, and I told him, I was like, and I stayed true to my word. I was like, bro, anytime I got downtime and I'm walking around the floor, I'm going to literally take you and introduce you to everybody I know.
That's awesome.
And when he was walking around with me, he was like, dude, he was like, I knew you were doing your thing, but he was like, I didn't know it was like that. You know, he was like, dude, like everybody knows you.
Right.
And I was like, that's because I network with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you never know who you're going to work with in the future.
Right.
So go and meet people so they know they're familiar with you. And I give people my cigars, and, you know, people that gave me advice when I was trying to get into business, I made sure that they got the product from the advice that they gave me, you know. So he told me, he was like, man, I don't have a big brother. And he was like, you're filling in for a big brother that's helping me. And I was like, bro, and I connected him with Tabacalera La Isla, and now he has his own cigar through the factory.
Wow, that's awesome.
And he came by and dropped off a box to me to thank me for it. I was like, bro, you don't have to do that. But I was like, what I'm gonna do for you is I'll post it for you. I posted in my group in Facebook. It's a Black Star Line group in Facebook. I posted in there. Hey, check this out. It's from the same factory that Mr. Fahrenheit came from. You like Mr. Fahrenheit, you're gonna like this. I posted it on Instagram and my stories. You know, I give it to when people come here. I'm like, hey, you want to try something new? Bet it's a new company. I got you. You know, I'll give it to you so you can check it out. So you know something that's a spinoff from Black Star Line.
Right.
It's coming. You know, so yeah, I try to help people whenever I can, because people
awesome.
have always helped me.
Yeah. Well, and that shows what kind of person you are. A lot of people in the industry be like, "Nah, go away."
Yeah,
they don't.
You got to keep paying it forward.
Yeah, you got to with anything.
The more good cigars that come into the industry, the more good companies that come in the industry, it helps everybody.
Right.
Because eventually they're going to gravitate into the other companies as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm indirectly helping myself by helping somebody else, because eventually whatever customer base he has, because he talks about me all the time. Right. So whatever customer base he develops, they're gonna rock with me too. So I'm gonna get some new followers from him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, you know, it's just all of you know, that's how your blessings come, bro. If you help other people and there's no kind of like ulterior motive behind it, because I'm not getting any money from helping him. All I'm doing is giving my experiences and showing him what I've done and what I can do, you know. So it's just, you got to pay it forward. You have to. If not, the industry will die.
Right.
You know. So
yeah, you'll have your 4 or 5 big brands, and there'll be no more boutiques. And we don't want that.
Yeah, if STG and Altadis had it their way, they would buy all of us up, and it would just be them.
Yep.
You know, so they can corner the market on the cigars.
And then the cigar quality goes down.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care no more because you're going to buy it. That's one thing I love about the boutique brands and the owners. They're more hands-on. You get better quality, better prices.
Yep.
They're there if you need them. You can talk. These guys are accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke boutiques, man. Shop brick and mortars. That's it.
Yep.
All the rambling I got left in me today. All right, Aric, stay put, man. I appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all for watching another podcast. And
thank you, everybody.
Yeah, Black Star Line Cigars. Go to his website, buy some swag, hit up the shops, buy it. Be on the lookout for that 5th anniversary this year, and we'll see y'all next episode, guys. Thank y'all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.